we're going to talk about the modeling profession, which is well known and famous all over the world. We will hear the advice of our experts on how to win the podium. We'll learn the secrets of success of Ukrainian top models and talk about a phenomenon known as supermodel. For sure, at least once in her lifetime, every girl has dreamed of becoming a goddess on the front page of a fashion magazine so that people can admire her appearance and beauty. What is actually hiding behind a beautiful picture? And what is the profession of a model? Modeling is a field of activity in which the model is used to promote or sell goods and services. In other words, for advertising. Girls and boys are mannequins that participate in fashion shows, photo sessions, promo videos, and presentations advertising clothes, cosmetics, accessories, cars, and hi-fi and mobile communication gadgets. Depending on the level of professionalism of the models, their popularity increases with time. Then a model hits the top. The top models should participate in fashion weeks, in the top shows of famous designers, and be photographed for fashion magazines such as Vogue and Harper's Bazaar. It is work with the top photographers in the world who are most famous in the first echelon. Then you can ideally earn such a respectable title, but again, no one simply gives it out. There is no such medal given for being the top model in the world. Success is in what you do, and it's your popularity. Portfolio is an objective information about the podium works, shows she participated in, fees, what advertising companies she promoted. Correspondingly, this is the number of filmings and works, and of course the quality of the work that she performed. A top model has to work a lot in a short period of time and make a lot of different poses. She should relate to her work professionally. A usual model needs more time to convey those emotions that are required and must get into proper form and accordingly waste the time of expensive photographers. The fees for top models are very high, from 10 to 100,000 for one shoot. It's always an international success, always. In the 1990s, the term supermodel appeared. A supermodel is a top model with a special reputation in the world of fashion, which has reached the highest professional level. She has worldwide recognition, contracts for millions in royalties, and regularly appeared on the covers of the most prestigious fashion magazines. The names of supermodels are known to the public, as the media constantly shows how they live in the lap of luxury. There are some opinions about who the author of this phenomenon is and who was the first model given the title supermodel. According to one of the versions, English citizen Twiggy was the first to be called by the press a supermodel. She was asked a question at a press conference. "What does it mean for you to be a supermodel?" She just replied, "I don't know." According to another version, the first supermodel is American Janice Dickinson. In fact, she called herself a supermodel. Her agent suggested her to make a pause in her career and have a rest, saying that she wasn't Wonder Woman. Instead, she retorted that she is in fact a supermodel. This term was adopted by the world of fashion and the mass media. The 1990s became the years of transformation of supermodels from celebrities into superstars. Today, none of the modern models have achieved such success and popularity as the fashionable icons of that time. Cindy Crawford, Naomi Campbell, Stephanie Seymour, Linda Evangelista, Claudia Schiffer, Christy Charlington, and Kate Moss. They formed the era of supermodels in the new world fashion industry and pop culture in general. Many girls dream of becoming a model, but not every one of them is destined to step out onto the world podiums in haute couture outfits. And not always being tall, having a beautiful look, and 90-60-90 body can help them become the most popular fashion model in the world. Having a beautiful face these days is not enough to reach the highest level in the world of fashion. First of all, Models should have a certain charisma and charm. There are a lot of beautiful girls, but it is very difficult to achieve success if the model is quite modest. It is excellent when a model has the acting skills and qualities and is also sociable. If she can hypnotize people, then that means that she has a rich inner world. Probably 50% of my success can be attributed to my participation in the project and TV, but the others 50% are thanks to charisma. For models, it's important to be themselves. It should be like a ticket, a lottery ticket. It is not often that someone is lucky enough to get the winning ticket. First of all, you must have a specific goal and be focused on it. It is illusory to think that it is easy to be a model. The model in business is not only looking into the camera eye, flashes, beautiful hairstyles and enticing makeup. It is also a rejection of many things: malnutrition and lack of sleep, failures and stress. In modeling, like in any other business, it is important to work hard and a lot, never stop. Believe in yourself and believe in what you're doing. I always say that success is not accompanied by comfort. Therefore, even when you are not comfortable and you think it is hard, you still have to achieve your ultimate goal. Girls come to the show 6 hours before the show itself. Starting from the act that you run around the room where you have a show, this is like a physical activity. Plus it is communication with the designers, with his assistants, stylists, photographers. This is a constant communication, and it is very exhausting. For models, it is a hard work, and this is just as heavy a profession as everywhere else. There is a myth that to be a model it's easy, cool, you made up, dress, hairstyle done, and you make big bucks and go home. It's all a myth. There's another myth about the modeling business, about competition among models and rivalries that border on insane deeds. The models are friendly. We all know everyone. In Ukraine, for example, the same girls work everywhere. You come to any show, to any shooting which is joined, and you know the girl with whom you work. In general, such quarrels, as in Hollywood films, do not exist.
Oh my God.
In the modeling world, rigid parameters of size, growth, and weight are very important, but they change or they're different depending on the region where the model works. Model business creates trends and standards, as a perfect woman and a man should look like. For a long time, the parameters of the model 90, 60, 90 became a myth. Standards change, probably every decade. We remember that in the 1990s it was a boom, and all models who were thin and anorexic were welcomed. And now we're talking about the fact that the most popular trend is leading a healthy lifestyle. If to speak about numbers, it's 166 to 182. These are very vague parameters. But if the girl is 166 and is really super mega beautiful, it's clear that the job market for her will be Asian. But there are exceptions. In Paris, girls with a height of 168 can work, but they should be just amazingly beautiful and miniature. Together with the desire to become a model, the question arises: where to go, whom to contact, and what is this luck about which so much is said? There are two ways to get on the podium. The first is when you are noticed somewhere on the street by a scout manager who is looking for new faces. And the second is when your rational desire leads you to a model school. Not one of the chosen ways promises to be easy. We have many good agencies that deal with business. And everything really depends on the work of the scout and his professionalism. He immediately sees the face, bone structure, and how the model fits into the role. I have been in the modeling business for 15 years by now. And I know how to choose the perfect models. It's really hard to explain. But only living and being here, you can tell who will work and who will not. I mean, in this industry. Once I met Olena Osmanova in a subway station. Now she's in the Guinness Book of Records. I hired her, and then I passed her to another agency. That's just it. The story of Irina Kravchenko is very informative and interesting. She simply studied information technology at a university and never thought she could or would become a model. But it just so happened that her friend suggested her work in a modeling agency. She got a call and was invited. She just had interesting facial features and the perfect body. Tall and slender are the features of models suitable for haute couture shows. Ukraine has always been famous for beautiful and bright girls, so it's no wonder that Ukrainian models successfully build a career on the world's catwalks, are on the covers of glosses and become the faces of world-famous brands. And each of them has her own success story. There are general statistics of the top 100 world rating of models, and it is very pleasant to know that our Ukrainian girls are included in this rating. And for today, one of the most popular, expensive, successful and interesting models is Snezhana Onopko. Of course, Alla Kostromachova made a wonderful career. Snezhana Onopko is the most famous Ukrainian model. She worked with a huge number of photographers and publications. So far, very few people can boast of this, even famous models. Now, Sanya Horelova is in such a position. She is very young, but Mario Testino has already shot her for his very famous towel series, when the girls are wrapped in a towel when coming out of the shower. Every year, our Ukrainian stars appear on the world stages. There is Yuliana Dementieva, who presented the advertising company Givenchy in due time. Alla Kostromachova, who has been on the catwalk on a number of occasions in the editorial filming, was on the covers of magazines, and now she's conducting her Top Model in Ukraine program. This is Alina Baikova, whom we shot more than once, and she has already appeared in all countries of the world. And these are all our sexy and beautiful Ukrainian girls. In Ukraine, you can meet many beautiful girls just walking along the streets. You know, we're lucky to be Ukrainians and live in Ukraine. Our Ukrainian models are very beautiful and are better than any foreign ones. Our Alina Baikova, I just admire her face. Her figure is certainly perfect and her appearance is unrealistically wild and crazy. When someone calls me Russian, I start a fight and don't accept it. Therefore, most of the people know that I am Ukrainian. The fashion industry in Ukraine is never standing still. It is developing all the time and moving forward. In the next program, we will continue to introduce you to Ukrainian fashion. More about the Ukrainian fashion, more fashionable advice, interviews with top designers of the country and behind the scenes of the Ukrainian fashion industry. Exactly in a week on UATV in the program Gloss. Be fashionable.